Continuing our exploration of grabs, there are several fairly common grabs that you see. One that we're going to look at now is when somebody grabs you from behind, either by the shoulders to pull you back, or they grab you by your clothing. You just assume this is a shoulder grab. People make a real complex issue out of this when there's absolutely nothing to it. I'm simply going to C-step back, and I have my side clinch. It's just that easy. He gets a hold of my shoulders and starts pulling back. I'm just going to go with him, and I come up in a side clinch. That simple. The escape version of this, if he pulls back, I'm going to sidestep back, 2 steps back, go to my primary weapon. Remember the concept of Ju, willowy, yielding, bending. It's a gentle concept. I don't resist his force no matter where he pulls me. So if he pulls back, I go with it. And I keep right on going until I'm out of his grip. People focus on one strength movement at a time. So as he's pulling back, he will not quit pulling in time to keep me from going behind him. All I have to do is keep my footwork right. If my balance is good, I'll wind up behind him by the time it's over. So he pulls, I change the direction of his force, go to my primary weapon. There's your escape version of a 2-hand grab from behind. Now the control version of a double shoulder grab from behind. We're going to introduce a number of complex elements here. You'll see them in various katas that you'll use throughout the system as finishing moves. For this situation, I'm going to show you a throw that brings a person down and brings you into mount, and then we'll show you how to finish a position from mount. So again, Brian grabs from behind, he pulls, I go with him. But instead of stopping here, I'm going to do a duck under, so my head is behind Brian's back. Let's watch just that much again. He pulls, I duck under, now my head is behind Brian's back. You've seen this clinch in the fundamentals. My hips are really pressed into Brian's hips. My head is really pressed against Brian's back, so he can't elbow me or in any other way try to hurt me from this position. One more time on the clinch. He pulls, I duck under, secure him, press my head into his back, and get my hips right up next to his hips. Now, for the takedown on this one, it's kind of interesting. He grabs, duck under, grab. I'm going to plant my foot right behind Brian's foot. And as I lay my knee down on the ground, I come up and mount, and he's laying on his back. Take another look at this from this angle. See, so I want to be about here. He pulls, duck under, grab. Plant my foot behind his ankle. I'm just going to lay my knee down on the ground. As I do, I throw the other leg over, and I'm in mount. The rollover is not as complex as it looks. Okay, one more time. Let's see from this angle again. So we're here. He pulls, I duck under, foot in place. I put my knee on the ground and simply roll the other knee over the top. From this position, Brian, 99% of the time, will put his hands in front of his face. I'm going to use the cross hand to secure Brian's wrist. I'm going to push his elbow with this hand and lay down on top of his elbow. So his hand is now pressed down to the ground and his arm is across his face. Then I'll reach under his head, grab this wrist, Pressing down with my chest, I'm going to open a hole so he can roll underneath me, push down, and roll him over. Now I'm on his back. Let's look at that much again. Let's see, make sure we're right in here. This way, he grabs under, trap, foot, lay the knee down, roll over the top. His hands come up. I'm going to grab with the counter hand, push, drop my weight on his elbow, go under his head, make a hole so he can roll. Now Brian's on the ground, and he's in a bad position because now I have back mount, my toes are tucked under here. If Brian doesn't comply, I can add all kinds of pressure to this to make him do what I want. For this purpose, we're going to learn, just reach under, overhook the hand, bring it up to his back. Reach under the other, overhook, bring it up to his back. Click, click, fight's over. Try again from about here. Goes back, duck under, grab, foot in, lay the knee down on the ground. Come over the top. Now his hands are up. Cross hand, pressure down, reach under his head, make a hole so he can roll. Then I want to reach under, overhook his hand, bring it back to cuffing position, reach under, overhook the hand, bring it back into a cuffing position. Click, click, things are going well. Complex kata. There's a lot of elements. It's going to take some concentration, but I hope you're having fun with it.